Are your students having difficulty understanding the complex concepts in your science class? Have they almost lost all hope for learning? Are you frustrated because your students just can't seem to understand the concepts you're trying to teach? Are your students misbehaving in your classroom because of your lack of teaching abilities? If you're looking for a teaching strategy to help you, look no further, because the Frayer model is all you need. Yes, jump up in celebration, because you just found the tool to save your career. The Frayer model is a type of graphic organizer. How it works is you as the teacher will place a concept in the middle box of the diagram. Then your students are responsible for filling out the other 4 boxes. The boxes will be labeled by you, the teacher, to provide direction for what the students should place in the boxes. Here, in the example, I've used definition, so just the basic definition of the word, an example, so find an example of it being used, in a sentence, so the students will use the word in their own sentence, and finally a picture, so the students will draw the concept as a picture. This is just an example, and probably the most common setup for this. However, it's up to the teacher's discretion what you place in the boxes. There are also lots of options with how you as a teacher set up the Frayer model. For example, you could have more than 4 boxes for the students to fill in, like in this example shown. Remember that the goal of this is to allow students to understand a concept in multiple ways in their own terms, so make the categories that best accomplish this goal. Because the Frayer model is creatively free to students, this activity is great with any ESL or otherwise coded students you may have in the classroom. The Frayer model can be used as an anticipation activity, a concept developing activity in the middle of a unit, or as a review. When applying the Frayer model, teachers should make sure to emphasize that students should be creative. This is their own work, and the language doesn't have to be technical if they don't want it to be. The students have lots of freedom with how they treat the task. This task should be used as a formative assessment tool, so the teachers can know exactly where the students are at any given time. Another way the Frayer model can be used is in group work. Get each student to fill in their box with anything and everything they know about the concept. A good way to end this activity is to have students describe what they have written with their peers, solidifying their understanding.
This really helped me tie all the concepts together. So first I just took the textbook definition, and then I provided an example based on our knowledge from class, and then I used it in a sentence and drew a picture to really help me tie everything together.
I really liked this because it let us draw pictures, and I really like pictures. Sometimes the words can get pretty big, and so pictures are a lot more fun.
So I thought about first the equation we learned in my country, Lebanon. I don't know if you know about it. Then you know, it's like 2 planets have to have gravity. I thought a good example, John understands the gravity of the situation. And then finally they discovered the gravity waves, and so I drew that.
If you have implemented the strategy properly, your students should understand the concept in new ways. Great job, super teacher.